Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Now, this is episode 499 and next one will be 500, obvious, but I'm looking for some ideas. I've got some ideas. It has to be a special video, right? 500 is a major milestone. So I would like to request you all for a fabulous idea for my 500th video, and it will be out very soon. I've got an idea. I've got one idea, but I'm looking for other ideas. Just like this video. This video is an idea from one of my subscribers who lives in Northern Europe. And he requested, he said, if I could do a video on classy and refined work scents for autumn. Now, this is already mid-autumn, coming towards late autumn. So I thought I'll do a review of, or a list of fragrances, which are work fragrances for autumn stroke winter, right? Because then it will help you sort of carry yourself through to spring next year. So I've done many videos on work scents, elegant scents, and I just want to clarify one or two things first. The smell. Some people ask me, how do you know if it's elegant? It's the construction and the picture it draws in your head. I'll give you an example. What comes to mind when you smell cool water or green Irish tweed? An elegant man, right? It's the smell and the image it conjures up in your head. That's how you judge. For example, when somebody says it's a sexy fragrance, what comes to your mind? For example, for me, I would say La Nuit de l'Homme. It's a very sexy fragrance. The smell, it just creates the image of someone very desirable, very attractive, easy to communicate. Not necessarily, but interesting conversation. That's what La Nuit de l'Homme does in my head. So that's the idea. So refined, classy smells. That's it. When you smell them, they create an image in your head or an impression. Smells do create impressions. That's number one. Number two, work scent. Everybody's work circumstances are different. I will only speak from my own experience. So I'm a white collar worker. I'm a consultant. And here in Europe, especially in Western Europe, I think it would be wrong to say Western Europe. Whole of Europe, right? North America, Canada, US, Australia. I can speak for these nations because I have first-hand experience of what work environment means in these nations, in these countries. I don't think other nations will have any different, but I can't speak for those. But what it means is a very professional setup. White collar jobs are a very professional and serious place. You do small mistakes, they add up and you get a reputation, and you don't want that. You want to progress in your career, you want to make it big, you want to have a great reputation. And as you know, reputation takes years to build, and it takes one or two really bad mistakes to, the whole thing comes crashing down. I'm not saying it will be, if you wear Sauvage, your reputation is going to be spoiled. I'm just saying that you might cast the wrong kind of impression. And that's why, if you're working white collar jobs in the geographies that I mentioned, it is important that you pick, just like your clothes, you pick the right kind of scents, and I can help you with that. It's my area. I work in a white collar industry. I worked in many different geographies, many years. And I also have held many senior positions. I've done many interviews, and I know when somebody is doing something which is out of place, especially with how they're behaving, how they're putting across their points. That's not the subject of this video, but how you smell like. That's very important because it's part of you. So that's the two things I wanted to say before I even started the video. So let's start, right? There's some notes which fit the workplace beautifully, whether it's white collar or any other color. And one of the notes is sandalwood. Sandalwood is amazing when you want to give off an impression of a hospitable person, warm person, or when you want to create an environment of harmony, simplicity, clarity of mind. Sandalwood is perfect. And I will start this video with one honorable mention, because this is a fragrance which will work in any season, but it's in my autumn stroke winter video, and it is Diptyque Tam Dao Tam Dao EDT. Every single fragrance in this video has been reviewed by myself. So this is that environment. Tam Dao is basically an ancient sandalwood forest in Indonesia, and it has been created with such beautiful care. You know, this is one of the most wonderful scents. It's green sandalwood, right? Very meditative, misty green, and very calming. You want to put this fragrance on when you want to really focus on the work at hand. It could be detailed analysis, or making a presentation, or writing huge amounts of code. Whatever it is where concentration is required, analysis is required, when you want to sit down, detach, and just focus on the output or the outcome, that's when you wear this. The other situation where you can wear this is when you want to make people feel very, very good in your company. It could be a big meeting, 25 people, 30 people, or it could be a small meeting, 2 or 3 people, your core team, and you want your core team to feel relaxed and calm and good in your company. It's a very, very fine fragrance. I highly recommend this to people who work with, tremendous amounts of concentration, or people who work in sales. It would be a perfect one for a sales guy, a senior sales guy, where he holds a lot of one-to-one meetings. So Tam Dao EDT would be my pick for very important people, or people who work with tremendous focus. Programmers. I was one, and I know how much it takes to program proper production level code. Sandalwood is the most amazing note for such situations. Next in my list is one of the most elegant fragrances. You don't have to think. You can put this on and just go. It'll never let you down. Again, I gave it a 10 out of 10 when I reviewed this fragrance. It is Lalique for Homme or a Parfum. This is basically a fougere, a barbershop. But it has such a beautiful floral center of iris, of jasmine, and the base of cedar, pencil shavings. It is the most calming, most welcoming, most open-hearted fragrance out there. It's also masculine, and it suits any season, but it suits the best when you are dressed in a suit in a business setting and you're going to have lengthy conversation. It could be a meeting, it could be a deliverable, whatever. It is so calming, it's so beautifully made that it just fits the occasion. It will not distract anyone. Excuse me. Next in my list is another sandalwood, but this is done in a different way. This is more around sandalwood and lavender is another note which brings in calmness, which brings in harmony. There's also a note of leather here, which brings in a sense of authority. So if you're a high-ranking businessman or high-ranking person in your industry, this will suit you to the T. This is Sandalo, Acqua di Parma Sandalo. It's a very, very rich fragrance. So wear this when you're going to a very special kind of an engagement. Preferably one-to-one. For example, a business dinner with your very important client. It would be absolutely perfect when you're doing business, but outside of a business environment. Preferably in a restaurant, a nice expensive restaurant or a bar, and just one-to-one. Because this fragrance has this air of superiority, an air of something which has been done beautifully. It is one of the most amazing sandalwood fragrances which uses very different aspects of sandalwood. It's the rich, dark, and serious yet expensive smelling fragrance. So one-to-one engagement is what I would recommend this for, especially outside a work environment. It just feels like a very special sort of a scent. Next one is exactly like this, but doesn't cost as much. And it is one of those fragrances that doesn't project that much. So it's more for you than for your customers, your team, your colleagues. This is Zeno by Davidoff. Now this one is again a fougere. So it has this smell. Ooh, this is amazing. It has the smell of shaving gel, like any fougere, barbershop fougere. But then it also has this rich heart of dark rose and ebony wood and creamy sandalwood and patchouli. It is one of the most elegant and smooth woody barbershop fragrances out there. And this is incredible if you are one of those people who spends a lot of time actually focusing and producing stuff. And it doesn't project a lot, but it creates a beautiful, smooth, rich, harmonious and calm, because of lavender, calm environment for you to work and function in. It's a terrific fragrance. So it suits a person who really has not much meetings in a day, but focuses on doing things. Zino with Davidoff, absolutely stunning. Next on my list is a fragrance which is out and out classy fragrance, and this is very suitable to people who are managers, senior directors, sales guys, people who have a lot of authority and have charisma and need something that supports that charisma. It is one of the most well-made fragrances out there. It is Eau de Baux by L'Occitane. This is compared to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. I think there are similarities, but those similarities go away when this fragrance dries down. So this is somewhere. Tobacco Vanille is more sweet tobacco. There's hardly any tobacco here. This is more of a woody green smoky scent with a tremendous emphasis on green tonka. So green note is cypress, and there is tonka, the smoothness of tonka and the woody aspect. It's very, very well made. And once you spray it, you realize what a fabulous creation this fragrance is. And it really suits when you're completely dressed to impress. As I said, those roles that I mentioned, that's what comes to mind. Again, very suitable for small meetings. Don't overspray it. Couple of sprays on your shirt, you're done. It smells one of the most expensive, well-made, masculine fragrances out there. Absolutely stunning. And the quality is top notch. And you can get this fragrance. It is still affordable. It used to be a really affordable scent, but it's still affordable. And get this while you can. One of the most well-made fragrances. Really nice. If you're wearing a beautiful suit, expensive suit, you want to wear Eau de Baux. Just spray a couple on your suit, a couple on your shirt. Boom. Job done. Killer fragrance. Now, next two on my list are fragrances whose bottles are not there. But I thought I'll include it in this list because, hey, I can go and get a bottle. What's a bottle? But as long as you know the fragrance and you benefit from that, that's what is more important. Recently reviewed it. It's really impressing me, and it's a woody scent. Both these fragrances are woody scents. Some of you have guessed it. Woody scents are incredible if you're wearing it to work because they show solidity, confidence, and warmth and dependability. Those are qualities that come across in a woody scent. So the first one is really impressing me. I'll get a bottle when the prices come down a bit, and it is Burberry Hero Parfum. Recently reviewed it. It is based around a very sweet cedar, but the fragrance loses its sweetness and it brings in a tremendous note of West Indian sandalwood. I'm going to see this note more and more, I have a feeling, because the way this fragrance has been created, it creates a very positive impression of West Indian sandalwood, Maris, and the fragrance is really suitable for people who are in the age group of 25 to 35, who like to wear modern, latest releases. If you're looking to give someone a great fragrance this Christmas, probably you should be able to get it for a good price. It's a tremendous fragrance. It is rich, woody, and great performer. That's what I like about this fragrance. The performance of this fragrance, the smell, and the quality of the scent is tremendous. I've done a full review. Check it out. This is suitable for anybody, especially people in the 25 to 35 age group, and especially people who like to wear modern stuff. Fragrances that are modern. Very, very good fragrance. Next on my list is another one of those samples. I haven't got a bottle yet, but I will. It's again a woody scent, and it is from a house which creates really nice fragrances at an affordable price. And this one is Zadig Voltaire. This is really him. Recently reviewed it. It's a very impressive fragrance. It's a creamy sandalwood. It's created by Natalie Lawson. She creates amazing budget fragrances. And this one has the note of Palo Santo. Palo Santo is amazingly calm, cool, positive. That's kind of smell. It's a really positive, calm, cool, well-made fragrance, suitable for anybody. Anybody can wear this fragrance. It also has a metallic smell, which brings in the solidity factor, the beautiful creamy woods and the metallic smell. It's a terrific fragrance, and it's suitable for anybody. Even if you're not a white collar person, you can wear this fragrance. You just cast the impression of somebody who has style, somebody who has a feeling of class, you know. It gives thought to what fragrance he wears to work. Absolutely stunning fragrance, you know. Very, very good choice. So last 4, right? We've done 7, I believe. So the next one, I recently reviewed it. It's a very expensive fragrance, and the prices have calmed down, I think. And it's beautiful. This fragrance is absolutely amazing. I gave it 10 out of 10. It is a fragrance where you wear when you want to really cast an impression of somebody who has got the style and the elegance factor completely ticked. No problems there. I don't have a bottle. I have a little decant, but I'll get a bottle. This is Xerjoff Naxos. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Recently reviewed it yesterday. And this fragrance is basically, what can I say? You can't call this a tobacco fragrance. Tobacco plays a role here. But it's basically honey, tobacco. Very common combination. So what? But then there's this amazing vanilla, which gives it warmth. Then there's this sort of bergamot and lemon and lavender, which gives it that sort of clean citrus aromatic vibe. And the smoothness. And then it dries out completely. And this fragrance, I tell you, is one of the nicest, sexiest and classiest fragrance you can own. And if you have a bit of spare cash, go and get it. Because you can wear it to any occasion, not only work, anything. Xerjoff Naxos. The only reason it's so low in the list is because it's very expensive, and the next 3 are quite affordable, and they're amazing, no less. So next one is a Guerlain. I could have included any Guerlain, my favorite ones, but I haven't. So I could have included Heritage EDP, my favorite. It suits the work environment to the T. I could have picked Habit Rouge, no problems, but I didn't. I could have also picked many other Guerlain fragrances, but I didn't. I picked one which I think gets less talk. Ideal, and that too the Ideal EDT. The Ideal Extreme is my favorite. It is really, really posh. You can easily wear this to work, that to work. I'm picking this. This has got the smoothest tonka with bitter almond and leather and woods. It's a very classy fragrance, and it's very unassuming. It's for people who always punch above their weight. This is the fragrance, exactly like that. This fragrance is. You know, it gets the least amount of talk. And the moment you spray it, you realize what a classy and stunning fragrance this is. It doesn't get the talk. And the talk goes to something else, some other Guerlain grades. Yeah. If you're one of those who always surprises his boss or his business associates with delivering more than what he promises, get this fragrance. Ideal EDT. Absolutely stunning. And it has superb quality. This fragrance is made to perfection. I was going to go for a chef kiss, but I'm going to reserve it for the next one. It is a chef kiss. I recently gave it a 10 out of 10. I reviewed this fragrance 6 years ago. but I did a comparison video and I upgraded from 9 to 10. Some of you have guessed it. This is Bentley for Men Absolute. What a fragrance this is, guys. This is basically based around Oliban, which is a very contemplative, meditative mood. It creates a mood. You know, you go to any religious places, any religion, they use Oliban. It has this meditative feel about it. And then it takes in the gourmand side and welds them together and creates a green sort of smoky vibe. It is one of the most beautiful fragrances ever made. You know, it creates an astounding levels of comfort, of sort of calmness in your presence. If you want to give off that vibe where you want to instill a feeling of safety and calmness and comfort in your team, you'll wear this fragrance. It is absolutely amazing fragrance. Absolutely amazing. The way it's been created, how little it costs, and how beautiful it smells in a professional setting. I couldn't praise this enough. Bentley for Men Absolute. This is penultimate. The last one is a mic drop. You know, if this was a chef kiss, the next one is a mic drop. When I reviewed it, I absolutely went gaga over it. And this year, I've not included it in any of my lists yet. But the moment you smell this fragrance, it just flattens everything. It's a tobacco fragrance. As Bvlgari Man in Black. Bvlgari Man in Black. Recently, they've released a EDP or a Parfum, I think. This is EDP, I believe. I can't see. Only Parfum, this is, I think. The next one is Parfum, whatever. There's a new one out and I'm going to review it. But let's talk about this. So this is a boozy tobacco, rum and tobacco. You would say, why would I wear boozy tobacco to work? A, that boozy note doesn't last for a long time, and that boozy note doesn't smell like you've been on a bender. No, it just gives a very rich sort of smell to tobacco. And that thing is mixed with iris. And iris is the magical note here, along with leather and kayak wood. So there's woody aspect, there's this magical iris, and this tobacco and rum. And this fragrance smells not only classy, not only refined, it also smells amazingly confident, to the point of being a slightly bit arrogant, it can be, but thankfully it doesn't project a lot. So you can easily overspray this by mistake, if you will, and still get away with it. And that's why I said this is a mic drop. You know, it's one of the most amazing fragrances. You absolutely should have it in your collection. You can bring this out with a fine suit when you're going for a very important meeting and it's cold, yeah, and you're having to put a scarf and a woolen coat on top. I'm thinking our kind of weather, and then you smell this off your scarf and you think, wow, I'm covered. This is the kind of smell. It's just so confident, so comforting, so relaxing, and yet very, very confident. Very confident. So, there you are. These are the 11 fragrances. I've included some sample type fragrances, some decants. Hope you don't mind. But my objective is to give you the best list possible for cold weather and fragrances that are classy and refined and suit the white collar job environment. Doesn't have to be a white collar. It could be any other collar, but it will suit one thing, and that is it will give you an impression. It will help you cast an impression of a professional who takes everything seriously. You know, how you smell, how you work, how you behave, and how you dress. Everything, because it matters. Hope you enjoy the video. Take care. Bye-bye.